Vice Grip Garage did not begin with bright lights, expensive cameras, or a full production crew. It started in a quiet, modest garage where determination mattered more than equipment. Derek built his early videos using simple tools and an old phone, relying on instinct rather than planning. What drew people in was not perfection, but honesty. Viewers saw a man working through problems in real time, speaking casually, making mistakes, and finding solutions with patience. That authenticity became the foundation of the channel. Instead of trying to impress, he focused on sharing the process, which made the audience feel included rather than entertained from a distance. The garage itself became part of the story, filled with scattered tools, half-finished projects, and the unmistakable smell of old engines. It reflected real life rather than a staged environment. This approach built trust, and over time, that trust turned into a loyal community. People weren't just watching repairs, they were watching persistence, creativity, and problem-solving unfold naturally. That early simplicity remains a defining trait of Vice Grip Garage even today. It reminds viewers that great things can start small, and that skill grows through effort, not perfection. The garage may have changed over time, but the spirit that built it has stayed the same. The roots of a practical mindset. Growing up in a place where resources were limited, shaped Derek's mindset in lasting ways. On a rural farm, fixing things was not optional, it was necessary. When something broke, there was no quick replacement or professional service nearby. Instead, you learned to adapt, repair, and reuse whatever was available. This environment taught him to think creatively and work with what he had, rather than waiting for ideal conditions. His early experiences built a strong sense of independence, where solutions came from observation and effort rather than instructions. Over time, this practical approach became second nature. It influenced not only how he repaired machines, but also how he approached challenges in life. The lessons passed down from older generations emphasized patience, attention, and respect for tools and materials. These values stayed with him as he grew older, eventually becoming central to his work on Vice Grip Garage. Viewers connect with this mindset because it feels achievable. It doesn't rely on expensive tools or expert knowledge, but on willingness to learn and try. That relatability is powerful. It shows that skill is not something you are born with, but something you develop through experience. The roots of this thinking continue to guide every project, making each repair not just about fixing a machine, but about honoring a way of life that values effort and resourcefulness. Learning the language of machines. Understanding engines is often described as a technical skill, but for Derek, it became something more intuitive. He learned to recognize patterns in sounds, vibrations, and even smells. These small details told a story about what was happening inside a machine. Over time, this awareness turned into a kind of communication, where each problem had clues waiting to be noticed. This ability didn't come from formal education, but from years of hands-on experience. Watching, listening, and experimenting played a larger role than any textbook. This approach allowed him to solve problems in creative ways, often without relying on standard procedures. It also made his work more engaging to watch, as he explained his thought process in simple terms. Instead of overwhelming viewers with technical jargon, he broke things down into understandable ideas. This made even complex repairs feel approachable. The idea that machines can tell you what's wrong resonated with many people. It encouraged viewers to pay closer attention and trust their instincts. Over time, this perspective became one of the defining features of Vice Grip Garage. It showed that learning doesn't always require formal training. It can come from observation, curiosity, and persistence. This connection between human intuition and mechanical understanding continues to inspire those who watch his work. From A Purpose. Before becoming widely known, Derek spent years working in structured roles within the automotive and business world. These positions offered stability and financial success, but something felt missing. The routine of office work created a sense of distance from the hands-on experiences he valued. Over time, this gap became harder to ignore. It wasn't about dissatisfaction with the work itself, but about realizing that it didn't fully align with his interests. This realization led to a turning point where he began to rethink his direction. The idea of creating content started as a simple experiment rather than a calculated move. With limited equipment and no clear plan, he recorded his first videos just to see what might happen. What followed was unexpected. People responded to the honesty and simplicity of his approach. That response turned a small idea into something much larger. Leaving behind a stable career is never easy, but the shift allowed him to pursue something more meaningful. It wasn't just about making videos. It was about reconnecting with the kind of work that felt natural and fulfilling. This transition highlights an important idea. Success is not only measured by financial stability, but also by personal satisfaction. Finding purpose often requires taking risks and trusting your instincts, even when the outcome is uncertain. The first steps into content creation. The early days of ViceGrip Garage were defined by experimentation and learning. Without a background in media production, Derek approached filming the same way he approached repairs, by trying, adjusting, and improving over time. The first videos were simple, often recorded in a single take with minimal editing. There was no script, no polished presentation, and no expectation of success. What made these videos stand out was their authenticity. Viewers saw genuine reactions, unscripted moments, and real problem solving. This created a sense of connection that polished content often lacks. As more people discovered the channel, feedback began to shape its direction. Instead of changing his style to match trends, Derek focused on staying consistent with his approach. This decision helped build a loyal audience that appreciated honesty over perfection. Over time, the quality of the videos improved, but the core style remained unchanged. This balance between growth and authenticity became a key factor in the channel's success. It showed that improvement doesn't require losing what makes something unique. The early steps into content creation were not about achieving perfection, but about finding a voice and sharing it with others. That foundation continues to influence every video produced today, building trust with a growing audience. As the channel grew, maintaining trust became increasingly important. Viewers were not just watching for entertainment, they were learning and applying ideas in their own garages. This created a sense of responsibility. Every project needed to reflect honesty and care, even when things didn't go as planned. Instead of hiding mistakes, Derek included them in his videos, turning them into learning moments. This transparency strengthened the connection with the audience. People appreciated seeing the full process, including challenges and setbacks. It made the content feel real and relatable. Over time, this approach built a strong sense of community. Viewers shared their own experiences, offered advice, and supported each other. The channel became more than just a source of content. It became a space where people could learn and connect. This trust also influenced how partnerships and collaborations were handled. Maintaining authenticity remained a priority, ensuring that any external involvement aligned with the channel's values. Building trust takes time, but it can be lost quickly if not protected. By staying consistent and honest, ViceGrip Garage created a lasting relationship with its audience. This connection continues to be one of its greatest strengths. The ROLF family in every project. Behind every video is a strong support system that often remains out of the spotlight. family plays a central role in keeping everything running smoothly. From planning trips to managing schedules, their contributions are essential. This involvement goes beyond logistics. It creates a shared sense of purpose. Working together allows for a balance between creativity and stability. It also brings a personal touch to the content, making it feel more genuine. Viewers notice the small moments where family members appear, adding warmth and authenticity. These interactions are not staged. They reflect real life. This honesty strengthens the connection with the audience. It shows that success is not achieved alone, but through teamwork and support. The presence of family also influences decision-making. Priorities are shaped not just by content goals, but by what is best for everyone involved. This perspective helps maintain balance and prevents burnout. Over time, the role of family has become a defining feature of Vice Grip Garage. It reminds viewers that behind every project is a group of people working together, supporting each other, and sharing the journey. Passing knowledge to the next generation. One of the most meaningful aspects of the journey is the opportunity to share knowledge with younger generations. Teaching practical skills goes beyond mechanics. It builds confidence and independence. By involving his children in projects, Derek creates an environment where learning happens naturally. Instead of giving direct answers, he encourages problem solving and exploration. This approach helps develop critical thinking and resilience. It also makes learning more engaging, as each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow. Viewers see these moments and recognize their importance. They reflect a broader idea that skills are best learned through experience rather than instruction alone. Passing down knowledge also preserves traditions that might otherwise be lost. It keeps the spirit of hands-on work alive in a changing world. This focus on teaching adds depth to the content, making it more than just entertainment. It becomes a source of inspiration for families watching together. Encouraging curiosity and creativity ensures that these skills continue to evolve. The process of teaching is not just about sharing what you know, but about guiding others to discover their own abilities. The importance of preparation and planning. Preparation plays a crucial role in the success of any project. While spontaneity can be exciting, having a plan helps avoid unnecessary challenges. Over time, greater emphasis was placed on organizing tools, checking equipment, and understanding the task ahead. This approach reduces stress and increases efficiency. It also allows for smoother execution, especially during complex builds or long trips. Planning does not remove creativity, it supports it by providing a clear structure. This balance between preparation and flexibility is essential. It ensures that unexpected situations can be handled effectively. Viewers benefit from seeing this process as it highlights the value of thinking ahead. It also encourages a more mindful approach to work. Taking the time to prepare can make a significant difference in the outcome. This lesson extends beyond mechanics, applying to many areas of life. Being prepared creates confidence and allows for better decision-making. Staying true to a simple philosophy. Despite growth and success, the core philosophy of Vice Grip Garage remains unchanged. The focus is still on using what you have, learning through experience, and staying persistent. This simplicity is what makes the content relatable. It shows that you don't need expensive tools or perfect conditions to achieve results. This mindset encourages creativity and problem solving. It also removes barriers that might discourage people from trying. Staying true to this philosophy requires conscious effort, especially as opportunities expand. It means making choices that align with original values, even when alternatives might seem easier. This consistency builds trust and maintains authenticity. It also ensures that the content remains meaningful. The philosophy is not just about mechanics. It reflects a way of thinking that values effort, patience, and resourcefulness. This perspective continues to guide every decision, keeping the channel grounded and focused. The role of community support. The growth of Vice Grip Garage would not have been possible without its community. Viewers play an active role by sharing feedback, ideas, and encouragement. This interaction creates a sense of connection that goes beyond passive viewing. It turns the channel into a shared experience. Community support also provides motivation, especially during challenging times. Knowing that people value the content encourages continued effort. This relationship is built on mutual respect and appreciation. It also creates opportunities for learning, as viewers bring diverse perspectives and experiences. Engaging with the community helps shape the direction of the channel. It ensures that the content remains relevant and meaningful. This collaboration highlights the importance of connection in any creative endeavor. It shows that success is not achieved alone, but through shared effort and support. Adapting without losing identity. Change is a natural part of growth, but maintaining identity is equally important. As Vice Grip Garage evolved, new ideas and approaches were introduced. However, these changes were carefully balanced to preserve the original style. This balance ensures that the content remains familiar while still progressing. Adapting does not mean abandoning what works. It means building upon it. This approach allows for continuous improvement without losing authenticity. It also helps maintain a strong connection with the audience. Viewers appreciate growth, but they also value consistency. Finding this balance requires thoughtful decision-making. It involves understanding what defines the channel and protecting those elements. This process ensures that change enhances rather than disrupts the overall experience. It also demonstrates that growth can be achieved without compromising identity. Focusing on long-term sustainability. Sustainability is essential for long-term success. This includes managing time, energy, and resources effectively. By focusing on sustainable practices, Vice Grip Garage ensures that it can continue to grow without burnout. This approach involves setting realistic goals and maintaining balance. It also requires being mindful of limitations and making adjustments when needed. Sustainability is not just about maintaining output, it's about preserving passion and motivation. This perspective helps create a stable foundation for future growth. It also allows for more thoughtful and meaningful work. By prioritizing sustainability, the channel remains consistent and reliable. This approach benefits both the creator and the audience, ensuring a positive and lasting experience. The evolution of creative expression. Creativity is at the heart of every project. Over time, the way ideas are expressed has evolved. Early videos focused on simple storytelling, while later ones incorporate more detailed explanations and refined techniques. This evolution reflects growth and experience. It also shows a willingness to learn and improve. Creative expression is not static, it changes with time and perspective. This adaptability keeps the content engaging and relevant. It also allows for exploration of new ideas and approaches. By embracing change, Vice Grip Garage continues to innovate while staying true to its roots. This balance between tradition and creativity is what makes the content unique, the lasting impact of a simple approach. At its core, Vice Grip Garage is built on a simple idea: do the best you can with what you have. This approach has created a lasting impact, inspiring people around the world. It shows that skill and success are built through effort and persistence. The simplicity of this message makes it powerful. It removes barriers and encourages action. Over time, this philosophy has shaped not only the channel, but also its community. It continues to guide every project, ensuring that the work remains genuine and meaningful.